Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Market Report for Thursday, the 29th of April 2021, where in just a few minutes I tell you everything you need to know about what's happened in financial markets and the world of economics today. I'm Sean Aylmer. The S&P ASX 200 ended the day up 0.3% to 7,082 points. Information technology stocks jumped 2.3%, leading the market. Healthcare, materials, utilities and energy stocks all did well, while consumer discretionary stocks were among the worst performers. Among the biggest companies, Afterpay was the best performer, up 4.5%. Coles Group jumped 3.3%, but really that was all about Woolworths and its quarterly results. Woolies shares fell nearly 4% after it said March quarter sales dipped compared to a year ago. Online sales were almost 8% of turnover. The result disappointed analysts who had been pricing in a stronger performance by Woolies vis-a-vis Coles. Iron ore giant Fortescue Metals said third quarter shipments were about the same as 12 months ago, but lower than the December quarter. Chief Executive Elizabeth Gaines said the miner was well placed to finish the financial year strongly on the back of its iron ore and clean energy businesses. Its share price was down slightly. Energy Australia Chief Executive Catherine Tanner will retire on 1 July. The announcement comes just 1 week after the boss of AGL Energy, Brett Redman, resigned in the middle of planning a demerger of that company. Australia's biggest gold miner, Newcrest, said it was on track to achieve its production guidance and reported its lowest ever all-in sustaining cost at its Cadia mine in central west New South Wales. That means they're digging up the gold cheaper than ever before. Newcrest shares ended 2.2% higher. Unibail Rodamco Westfield, which mostly runs malls overseas but is listed on the ASX, said first quarter turnover was hit hard by COVID-19 restrictions across Europe. There were no normal days of operating during the quarter, the group said, compared to 70 normal days during the March 2020 quarter. Its share price closed down 4.5%. Shipbuilder Austal said it had entered into talks to sell a stake in a Chinese joint venture it set up 5 years ago. The JV was set up to focus on commercial passenger and non-military vessels for the Chinese market. Apparently, Austal isn't so fussed on that anymore. Its share price rose 0.8% today. Dual-listed Infratil will spend more than $300 million buying between 50 and 60% of New Zealand medical imaging group Pacific Radiology. Investors liked the idea and its share price jumped nearly 3%. And it was a tough day for Newey Shares, the data analysis company that listed late last year in the biggest IPO of 2020. Last week, the group lowered its revenue guidance for this financial year. Since then, its shares have tumbled, including a 5.6% drop yesterday. It's now about half of its listing price. The Aussie dollar is trading at 77.9 US cents. There wasn't much around in the economics world after a pretty busy day yesterday, although Treasurer Josh Frydenberg said the government would focus on pushing the unemployment rate down. Just recapping Wall Street, the broad-based S&P 500 closed down 0.1%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ended 0.5% lower, and the Nasdaq finished 0.3% in the red. After the close, two of the big tech companies reported. Both Microsoft and Apple outperformed expectations, so expect to see their share prices rise overnight. That's it for the afternoon market report for Thursday, the 29th of April 2021. Join me tomorrow morning for the regular edition of the Fear and Greed Business Headlines. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.